people out here working and putting them up before? You guys help out? Okay. All right, don't be so shy. Don't be so shy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Excuse me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to JB Rants. We're doing a little Bernie Sanders today. It's going to be great. Just got to wait for a few more folks to filter in here. Don't know who the one or two are watching, at least one. I hope everyone's doing well. I just got out of work. And now two watching. Very nice. Thank you very much for coming to JB Rants. And now we have to cover some Bernard Sanders. And this entire thing is very interesting to me. It's hilarious. Hey, Raging Cajun. Haven't seen you in a while. Yo! It wasn't in the type box, bitch. Friggin' thing. Raging Cajun's a good one. Been with us since day one. We gotta talk about this Bernie Sanders stuff. Maybe I'll get a couple more filtering in, but the open is so important because I'm going to be playing video clips. Am I a fan of this piece of shit, Trevor Noah? No. Is he funny in any way? I'm a failed stand-up comedian myself, so I know certainly what's funny and what's not. He is not funny. However, what he does play on network television months before a national election, certainly before the primary, Democrat primary, final, convention, I meant to say, certainly before the Democrat convention, where they're going to choose which pile of dog shit they're going to try to hand us. You know what I mean? No. Oh, you don't like that? Okay, we won't give. Okay, all right. So maybe Bloomberg? No. Fuck, we should probably stick with the smaller bag of dog shit. Hillary. They have nothing. It's really, really funny to watch in a sad way. Hey, Mr. VTech. What's up? No, I'm not smoking some dope. I'm just smoking nicotine, glycerin, and water in this little thing. I will indulge. I only smoke like once a night. I take like one hit and just go to bed. That's all I do. Back in the day, I'm 35. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, I would be having a blunt bigger than Bill Clinton's Oval Office cigar. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Vicky. How are you? Raging Cajun rides with Mr. VTech. He's got the coolest float. So either Mr. VTech is into boating and water, or Mr. VTech is in New Orleans, because that's the only time that floats are prevalent. Vicky says, I'm good, how are you? Well, I'm glad you're good. I'm good enough. Good enough as I could be in this fucking political environment. There's my first F-bomb dropped, and Vic E earned it. Well, she didn't earn it, I just said it, but there's my first bad words. This is not a PG-13 show. I get mad. And I use curse words as emphasis. You know, if the subject matter are nails, my hammer is the curse word. It's like, oh, so you want to give us socialism and nail it into the wood of America? Then my hammer says, fuck you, and breaks the nail. Doesn't let it happen. doesn't let it happen. I don't want to be Venezuela. Cool. Mardi Gras. I went to Mardi Gras, and I went because a lot of folks don't know. I was actually a snare drummer in the drum corps in marching band in high school. I was cool. I mean, I was still never cool ever, but in high school. But I was cool because I made weight my freshman year on the wrestling team by cutting a few pounds, which I should not have done because I was only like, I think 135 pounds. I mean, I'm 5'3", so that kind of works, I guess, but I'm a guy. And we're talking about muscle mass here. You know, one day before a match, you're eating tons of peanut butter and ice cream and fucking full fat steak tips. By the way, I don't even know why I just said full fat steak tips. If anyone trims the fat off their meat, fuck you. You're dumb. I don't know why I just said that. And, you know, 2 sub sandwiches a day, ice cream at night, peanut butter, everything. What does this have to do with what I was just talking about? I literally lost my own train of thought at the beginning of my show. Dangerous Curves, hello. Dean Machine, WFO, hello. I haven't seen Dean Machine or Dangerous Curves do a live stream in like 2 weeks. And I think they're doing them, but I just think YouTube isn't letting me know, just like they're not letting you guys know that I'm doing it, but they stagger it in order to make it look like there's not a fucking conspiracy. It's really, really dumb. Should I continue with the rest? Why did I bring up my high school wrestling career? Oh, I guess to talk about the fact that I became a nerd. Right. So after I discovered that I would have to shower with other males and I was already unpopular, and the whole this is reverse psychology. You guys aren't going to believe what I'm about to say. You're not going to believe what I'm about to say. Okay? So just plug your ears and don't listen. But it became known through certain slips in the gym, whatever, that little me had a huge has a for my size is was blessed in areas below the belt, like whoa style. Makes you wonder why I'm not married right now. You know what I mean? But this is not the point of the story. We're talking about Bernie Sanders here. But I got off on a quick little jag. I actually quit the wrestling team and joined the marching band because number one, I was always a musician. I was a musician way before I became an athlete. But I didn't have to go in the shower. Hey, big man there with your elephant truck. I just didn't like it. I just, even though it's a compliment, like a guy should walk around like, I just didn't like it. It's like, that's the shit that, I choose who sees. You know what I mean? Locker room showers were not the avenue for me. Especially when one of the guys, well, that's a whole other story, showed up drunk and shit in the shower at 8 a.m. on a Saturday practice. Okay, so it's like there's whatever, all kinds of bullshit. In that realm, let's talk about Mr. Sanders. Is JB's life crazy? How about, can you believe, can anyone in my actual fuck audience believe that I'm not going to praise Trevor Noah because Trevor Noah is less than bacteria to me. Trevor Noah is the coronavirus of the intellect. He is talking point. He is not funny. He is not funny. He is not intellectual. All of his jokes are bad. So why would JB cover something like this? When do these failed piece of shit leftist propaganda shows work? Is when they just let these psychotic left-leaning, when they let these psychotic Nazis, such as Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, when they let these psychotic Nazis actually speak for themselves. And sometimes it takes going back 30 years or 20 years or 10 years or yesterday. I'll read some more chats. Hello, Kiwi Lover. How are you? Hello, John Charles. Thank you for coming by. I tried to time it right after Blackie went off so that I wouldn't, because it's rude to overlap someone when you share an audience. I don't know if anyone knows that. So we still have Raging Cajun, Dangerous Curves, Kiwi Lover, Vicky. All right, good. And I just scanned back up. Someone up there said, Dangerous Curves said, keep talking. Yeah, no, I know how to do that. It's fine. I never run out of words to say. If I was on a date with, if Melania Trump, if the First Lady of the United States never met I know I'm going on another tangent here. I'm telling you I'm going on another tangent here because I just thought of it. Am I shy around really, really pretty women? Sometimes, depending on their attitude, because I have a smell for attitude. I can like, is she gonna be, or is it gonna be like, hey, what's up? I can kind of tell from like 10 feet away or 5 feet away at the bar. I haven't even been to a bar in like 6 months. I'm becoming a fucking shut-in. I gotta get out more. You know what? I'm gonna go to what's today? Tuesday? This weekend, I'm gonna go to a bar and I will not drive. I will not drink and drive. Everyone knows that story. Never. But Melania Trump looked so like almost like next level beautiful. And she's not even young. I think she's in at least her 50s. And I just see the First Lady in India and I'm just like, whoa. Like, I, as a 35-year-old, actually want to, like, it would be very inappropriate and I never would. And of course, I'd never get there. But the point is, our First Lady is, I mean, it's not very apropos for men to do women's voices. I think it's really dumb, but I guess I'll do just a little bit. When she comes out and says, the President of the United States and my husband, who I love so much, she's very, very authentic. She comes across as extraordinarily authentic to me, and it's not because of the money. It can't be because of the money at this point. With all the shit that the Trump family has gone through, I want everyone watching me right now to get this through your fucking eyes and into your ears and everything. Not that I'm the prettiest thing to look at. I'm just telling you. The shit that President Donald Trump's family has been through because they've had to deal with the Illuminati, which ties into my Bernie shit that I'm about to do. I mean, I just love the president so much. I just love just the fact that and everyone says, oh, you just love him because he's a celebrity and he's going to make billions writing books. He could make billions writing books after the presidency, regardless of 4 years or 8 years. Think about the books are probably, I just accidentally hooked my left thumb under the laptop. I apologize for that mini earthquake there. What they've done to this person is obscene. It's beyond obscene. And it's actually into the realm of criminal, although I'm not a law enforcement officer or an agent. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck is this? I told everyone I'm going live. Don't bother me. It's probably a collection agency. Oh, okay. So I guess Blackie just went on right when I went on. So sorry, Blackie. I went on after you left, and then I went on live, and now you're back on. So I'm not trying to compete with you. And we do different stuff, so it shouldn't really even fucking matter anyway. With all that being said, let's get into some of the 19... Hold on. Let me get the good stuff here. Okay, like I started off in the introduction to this video, I feel it's very important that we understand who the candidates are in terms of their record. Okay, for President of Corporation USA. It's not the United States of America. I mean, it is in name, and you think it is, and Pledge of Allegiance is good, but it was actually taken over not in the 60s, not under JFK. It was officially taken over in 1913 when the Federal Reserve banking system. If anyone in my audience right now, we have 10 watching, and this is probably going to yield a failed result because most people don't have a lot of money these days. I don't have a lot of money, but I have money, so that's good. If you go into your wallet or your purse and you pull out the cash you have on hand, I don't even know if I have one. And I promise we're going to Bernie. I promise we're going to Bernie. This is not clickbait. I promise. We're going to do Bernie real bad. What has JB been talking? Well, not real bad. We're just going to report the facts. As I understand them, this is an opinion show. This is an opinion show. This is not a news show. And frankly, I think Fox and CNN and MSNBC and all of them, they should all call themselves opinion shows at this point because that's their corporate opinion. It's not news. News is found out by people like me and folks like you who go on the internet, cut through all the fucking cabbage and just get to what's actually going on. This is a US dollar. Okay? Have you ever seen this? You ever seen this thing? JB is a crazy conspiracy theorist, right? There's no ancient Egyptian or, biblical or satanic influence on control of all these various countries and our money and stuff like that. That's a crazy conspiracy theory. Why is that on the back of the dollar bill? And does anyone know what Annuit Coeptus Novus Ordo Seclorum means? Without Googling it, can someone please put in the chat right quick what Annuit Coeptus Novus Ordo Seclorum means? Can you please put that in the chat quick? Oh, I just lost all my viewers. All right, good. If someone doesn't, I will. No Google, no Google search. You guys should already know what this translation means. Does anyone know what Annuit Coeptus Novo Ordo Seclorum means? On our dollar bill? Does anyone know what that means? In the chat, post it, quick, do it now. Maybe I should just be like my friend Alec and just roll this thing up. Maybe I should just do this. I don't want to put it in my mouth because of coronavirus, because of Karachi virus. Dean Machine WFO says, I drove a Chevy Nova. Raging Cajun says, Illuminati. Does no one actually know what Annuit Coeptus Novus Ordo Seclorum really means? Does no one actually know that? Because if you don't, you should probably go learn that and then come back and watch my show. Even if we've known each other for many, many months or years. And I can't do Bernie until we understand what the literal Latin printing on our very exchangeable currency actually means. I'm going to give it about 1 more minute. And then I'm just going to have to say it because apparently no one fucking knows. Indiana Jones getting close. Because Dean said that, I'm going to wait another 20 seconds. Just to fuck with him because he's my friend and he's a great YouTuber. For anyone, Ben Cult 45, whoever watches me, needs to be watching Dean Machine. He's fucking awesome. We do different stuff. Okay. First of all, this is not money. Okay? Your labor is money. Okay? If you make a batch of cupcakes and sell them at 50 cents a piece, the cupcake becomes the money. The means of exchange is irrelevant. I don't know why that just happened. That's kind of stupid. The fuck? Oh, okay. All right, I fixed it. First of all, this is a Federal Reserve note. It's a Federal Reserve note called this fucking thing. I should just soak it in gravy and, what's it called? What's that thing when you get something sealed in plastic? Laminate. I should get it laminated so it'll stay straight because it's such a loose currency. It just flops everywhere without even any wind. $1. $1. Federal Reserve note. $1. Okay. Their chief symbol on the back is this. Why is our currency since before you, and I know my audience is largely older than me on this earth. I'm 35. Why is there an all-seeing eye glowing above a pyramid on the back of our money? And it says, Enuit coeptus novus ordo seclorum. Translated, Enuit coeptus essentially means coeptus, to grab, core, corporal, hand. Annuit, annually renewed, control, annually renewed control. Annuit coeptus. Our renewable and annual control. Novus ordo secleptum. New world order. Our enterprise is now a success. The New World Order. Folks, if you're not getting this at this point, you really need to get away from my channel. You really need to stop watching me. You really need to stop watching me. And I'm saying it because I think people who don't already get it, once they understand what I understand about society, Like, I think I've been genetically bred or something, or maybe I'm an alien planted here to do. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm able to handle it. It's heavy. It's heavy. I don't like it. I don't like finding out what I. People think I do this for clickbait. You think I make any money on my YouTube channel? Do you? Does anyone realize how many friends I've lost and said to me in text messages and phone calls? Jay, if you don't stop talking about the stuff you're talking about, we can't really be friends. I can't have you over, for the big one was when I was disinvited from a wedding party. We can't have you here if this is what you think. Do you really think that? All the dollars you used to pay for that fucking wedding are fucking fake. Look, they have an all-seeing eye on top of a pyramid. Why are Egyptian-style pyramids on the Anuit Coeptus, Novus Ordo Seclorum? Our enterprise is now a success. This is the New World Order. On the back of every day you go to work, you earn one of these. Eternal slavery through a debt-based monetary system. Motherfuckers. System. This is not JB. This is not the guy with the Trump hat with glasses yelling at you on YouTube. I'm trying to tell you that your entire reality is a fabrication, just like the movie Matrix 1. And I happen to be someone who was unplugged about 14 years ago. And I'm just trying to tell you. I know it's you know what I always wished? I've always wished there was actually, and by the way, this is a very dangerous, very, very dangerous slope to go down mentally. I actually wanted at a certain point when I get really, really like down and depressed, and I'm like, no one knows what the fuck is going on. No one knows that Satan's trying to take over God's world. Like, no one knows all this stuff. And I would get like depressed because I know I've done the research, and I'm not saying that in a bragging fashion. And again, I don't make any money off my YouTube videos. If I was ever offered, I would never take it. I would never take it. I've received nothing. Doing what I do in terms of my truth research has done nothing but harm me personally. People calling you insane, people calling you a conspiracy theorist, people disowning you as friends in person. It's kind of hard to date because I don't like to lie to women. So it's like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. That's awesome. Sweet. You work at, whatever, BioCorp or whatever, just shit I made up with. No, I think that's great. And you're very beautiful. So what are your political views? Are you kind of like a Bernie bro, or, what are you? I don't know. All I know is Donald Trump is evil. Well, why is he evil? Like, what sort of, cool. Sounds good. He's evil. Are you a Trump supporter? That's what they always do. This happens on dates. This is happening to single guys that are dating, and probably single women who are Trump supporters that are dating as well. Although guys are much more nefarious and will lie just to like get laid or whatever, or go for like the social status of like, oh, I got the pretty girl, even though she's fucking like left of Elizabeth Warren or whatever, like just total psycho. Well, yeah, the society should. I'm talking about. I'm 35. I'm talking about people between ages 22 and 48 that I deal with in the dating world. 50. I can skate to 50. I don't mind that. A lot of hot 50-year-old women out there. But There is no here's what's very dangerous, I think, for our country, and I think it's by design, but also I think we are going to win in the end. And then after 2020, I think it's going to calm down a little. It's either going to calm down or it's going to get 50 billion times worse. It's either going to calm down or it's because no one's going to vote for Mike Pence 2024. I'm not voting for Mike Pence 2024. I'm probably voting for Tulsi Gabbard 2024 because I think she's going to mature a little bit and she's going to realize that socialism is a cancer and a disaster. And even though she calls herself not a socialist, she's a socialist. That I can tell you right now. But I mean, who knows? Maybe Mike Pence comes up with a platform for 2020. I think he's really just. I look at Mike. I hate to say this, and I've never said this. I hate to say this, but I've never. It's time to say it now. Since I hate it when people say Trump too. They always call him Trump, like he's not the legitimate Republican Party's nominee and subsequently president. How about the Republican Party and the Democrat Party are extensions of the international, yes, Jewish, dare I say that, international satanic bankers that ran both political parties. They did everything they could to support, the opposite. They did everything they could to attempt to destroy the president of the United States in the election and also in his presidency. There were a lot of folks on the rational side of thinking on the internet. And this is just me watching stuff, taking in information and putting it out on my YouTube channel. There are a lot of folks that are saying that President Trump is going to win all 50 states in 2020. Is that a little ridiculous? I think so. Is it implausible? No. These people have gone so fucking crazy on the other side of the aisle. They want to abort like 1-year-olds. It's like their favorite thing. It's just they're the party of death and the party of chaos and the party of misery. The Democrats, the demon rats, the demoroids, the demon rats. I think Joan calls them the demoroids. I love demoroids. It's funny. It's like, yeah, you're there, you suck, but you're on my ass. I've never actually had a hemorrhoid. I'm lucky. And I'm not scratching my nose because I'm lying. I actually had an itch on my nose. If I've ever had a hemorrhoid, I'd tell you, I'd probably film it and put it live on the internet. Charles Brown, my cousin, has joined us. Alice has joined us. Indiana Joan is sticking with us. John Charles is here. I don't know. All right, so let's get it. Are you guys ready? Let's get into the Bernie. Let's get into the real fun stuff. Let's get into the Bernie. Oh my God, this is. You ever go to the sushi place or whatever? Or a lot of people don't like raw fish. Well, fuck it. You ever go to the sushi place and it's like, wow, the fish was perfect, and like even the soy sauce they gave us. Obviously, you're projecting because it's the 2 glasses of what do we do? I haven't been to a sushi restaurant in like 2 years. What do they give you? Sake. So maybe it's the sake talking. You had a couple sakes and like a beer, and it's like, this is the best soy sauce for the sushi ever. It's like, okay, good. Well, for me, this is the best Bernie Sanders ever. The only disclaimer that I have to give to my particular audience is, and I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud. I literally can't even believe I'm saying this out loud. But we're going to be analyzing and breaking down Trevor Noah. He's almost as bad as Stephen Colbert. I mean, I might be putting two fingers. I hope I don't puke by the end of this, but let's go and have some fun, shall we? This is Politics 2020, motherfucker. We're going to go hardcore.
30 years ago, when Bernie Sanders was the mayor of Burlington, Vermont, he hosted a public access TV show. Yeah. And a few days ago, that TV network released the full archives online. And I'm talking hours and hours of pure Bernie gold. Like, there's so much gold in these archives. Bernie's going to demand
Hit pause. So what's pure Bernie gold?
Distributed to the working class. That's how much gold there is. And when you start watching this footage, the first thing that's really apparent is how consistent Bernie has been throughout his life.
We have a crisis situation. We are one of two nations in the industrialized world that does not have a national healthcare system. The wealthiest people in our country are.
Why does Bernie Sanders, back when he was like, and again, looks should never matter. Okay, I'm 5'3". I have an overbite. I have coffee-stained teeth, and I wear my hat sideways, even though I'm a white guy. Okay, and I have glasses, and I talk awkwardly, and sometimes have weird moves. We shouldn't judge anyone by their physicality, just as a like a be-all, end-all. Why does Bernie Sanders look like everyone I bummed cigarettes to in college? I'm just curious.
Becoming wealthier. To a large degree, the tax system in this country is extremely unfair. And
that's the 50-year-old that I bummed cigarettes to every day in college.
Working people and elderly people and poor people to pay too much, while large corporations and wealthy people do not pay their fair share.
God damn. Bernie Sanders, he's never changed. And I'm not talking about his platform. The dude looked exactly the same back then as he does today.
Apparently, Mr. Trevor Noah noticed the same thing I noticed. He looks the same. Fuck it.
You realize he's 46 years old in that photo? I'm not joking. He's 46 years old. He looks the same. Like if you try.
Look at me, folks. I'm 35. Not that I'm happy about how I look, but if I look like that in 10 years, I've done a lot of LSD. I'm just saying.
Back in time, in a time machine, and the first person you met was Bernie Sanders, you'd be like, this piece of shit doesn't work. You'd be like, no, my friend, what doesn't work is our healthcare system. I wonder, has Bernie just looked like this his entire life? Yeah, I bet when he was born, the doctor was like, congratulations, Mrs. Sanders. It's a beautiful, healthy old man. Well done.
That's pretty funny.
This is like... And then instead of spanking Bernie, the doctor just shook his hand. Welcome to the world, Mr. Sanders.
That was pretty funny. The first joke sucked. I hate this guy, by the way. I hate Trevor Noah. He's an anti-Trump piece of fucking liberal shit. However, that first line for me failed. But the second line, congratulations, it's a senior citizen. That's pretty good.
Although it's impressive that Bernie's been consistent in his policies, it really says more about America than it says about Bernie when you think about it, right? He's saying the same thing for 30 years because America has had the same problems for 30 years. But here's what makes this old TV show so amazing, right? It wasn't just about Bernie's policies. It was like a full TV show with different segments. And by far, the best segments of all are the ones where he interacted with kids. All right, like this segment, where he talks to some kids at camp about drugs.
Oh my God!
Who knows about cocaine? Anyone ever seen cocaine?
Yes.
Hold it, one at a time. What about cocaine? Good thing, bad thing? What about even smoking cigarettes?
Bernie Sanders talking to a bunch of black youth. Yes, I'm allowed to say black. African American is very insulting. Because most black people in America have been born in America. They're Americans. You fucking leftist weirdo creep pieces of shit. African Americans. The first African American president. Although, when you get into my research, Barack Obama actually was the first African American president, but that's another video, isn't it?
Who here smokes? Let me hear, come on, raise your hand. Now, other than your parents.
Oh, God.
Who smokes? You got your smoke ready? I've seen a lot of kids with 12 and 11 smoking.
I don't smoke.
All right.
I don't smoke, but I'm a little kid. I'm only 5 years old.
Oh man, that's so adorable. I don't smoke because I'm 5 years old. Like, it's almost like Bernie can't tell the difference between kids and adults. He's like, let's talk finance. You guys diversified? Who's got a 401k? Who has a 401k? Who talks about cocaine with 5 years?
Interesting point that Mr. Fascist little, puke Trevor Noah mentioned there, because nothing happens by accident, although I suppose certain things could happen by accident when it comes to like live news commentary and stuff. Like, things just have to flow, you have to react, although all of it is mostly scripted. And we've heard all of these stories about, and I am not alleging anything, excuse me, by saying this, I'm not alleging anything, but it is a noteworthy point that this puke, this piece of shit, Trevor Noah, said it's almost like he doesn't know the difference between adults and children. Much like your buddies in Hollywood? Pants off style? Just curious. I'm not alleging anything, I'm just saying.
Is that right? Well, I disagree with you. All right, I think you're dumb.
You guys know about cocaine? Oh, you know I can find it at a good price. Come on, this is Vermont. Let's hit the slopes. Come on. And on the show, Bernie didn't just talk to kids about hard drugs. He also called them out on their BS.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. What is your name?
George.
All right, George.
What?
Do you think it's important that you know how to read well and write? Oh, you think not? Oh, really? I'm trying to argue with these kids. They think they're very smart and that school is not important.
Yeah.
Is that right? Well, I disagree with you. All right, I think you're dumb.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yo, I think this kid's about to get his ass kicked by Bernie Sanders. And there'd be no coming back from that. If Bernie kicked your ass, you have to move to a different state. And even then, there'd be one guy be like, hey, didn't you get your ass beat by that 90-year-old Bill? He was only 46, I swear. So, you see, Bernie has always been a pretty straightforward guy, right? But when it comes to kids, he might take it a little bit too far. Like for instance, there's one clip where he showed up to a classroom to teach the kids a lesson about bigotry. But I think it might have backfired.
If you want to deal with what you essentially do, you want to do bad things to them. You develop a stereotypical image of them, a stereotype. When I was a young person, what we learned is that black people smell. All right, what about Jewish people? What's their thing? How are they different?
I can't.
They were selfish people. How do they
I can't.
than other people? The religious beliefs were different, but also they were greedy and selfish people. Also had strange sexual habits and so forth and so on. So what does everybody know about the Irish? They get in fights because they're drunk. All the Irish people do is drink. That's the Irish. Both Italians are gangsters, and Irish are drunk, and Jews are greedy, and black people smell. Okay?
Jeez, Bernie. What the man? These poor kids clearly don't harbor any of those stereotypes.
Get in fights because they're drunk. All the Irish people do is drink. That's the Irish. Both Italians are gangsters.
Yeah.
Irish are drunk, and Jews are greedy, and black people smell.
Yeah, all the Irish people do is drink. It's not your fucking campaign advisors, you fucking psychopath. This is too good. I just snorted. I'm sorry.
What we learned is that black people smell. All right, what about Jewish people? What's their thing? How do they differ?
I think it might have backfired.
Oh my god.
If you want to deal with a group
I know people are leaving my show.
you
It's
want to
okay.
do bad things to them. You develop a stereotypical image of them. A stereotype. When
Yeah.
I was a young person,
Okay.
what we learned is that black people smell. All right, what about Jewish people? What's their thing? How do they differ? than other people. The religious beliefs were different, but also they were greedy and selfish people. Also have trained sexual habits and so forth. And so on.
Trained
So what does
sexual
everybody know about
habits?
the Irish? They
What do you know about? Why do you care about people's sexual habits, you fucking
The
psychopath?
Irish, both Italians are gangsters, and Irish are drunk, and Jews are greedy, and black people smell.
But
Okay?
oh God.
So you see, Bernie has always been a pretty straightforward guy, right? But when it comes to kids, he might take it a little bit too far. Like for instance, there's one clip where he showed up to a classroom to teach the kids a lesson about bigotry.
I'll make all this come together.
If you want to deal with a
Okay. Everything is timing, okay, folks? Okay. Picture the 24-hour news cycle. Not that I want to be this famous. Not that I want to be this famous. Okay? I don't want to be famous at all. I like doing my kind of little YouTube videos, little StreamYard bullshit, whatever, and just kind of helping people see things like this. I'm pointing to the phone, not to my... I'm pointing to the phone. It's over there. You can see the light emanating from the screen. But anyway, let's say I became a MAGA hat, custom MAGA hat, by the way. Trumplican, conspiratorian, keep America great again, 2Q, 2Q. Fuck CNN, fuck MSNBC, fuck mainstream media. Love this hat. Best $20 I've spent in a long, long time. Let's say there's a news story tomorrow. Recently gaining in popularity, picture this as on Rachel Maddow or something else that'll make you throw up a little bit less just by looking at that fucking leech, whatever it is. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I just don't know what it is. Rachel Maddow. It's like a big, giant, thing that women would like under there, or is it like, is she just like a dusty cavern? Whatever. Fuck Rachel Maddow. So picture me being featured. Trump supporter on the internet goes viral because he wears a custom MAGA hat and says to his and here's the words they would use. By the way, I hope this actually happens. Oh, the lawsuits I would, oh my God, just the money. But they come out tomorrow and they go, right-wing conspiracy theorist, 9/11 questioner, Sandy Hook denier, Jew hater, even though I've never said anything about the Jews. JB Rance, who proudly wears his Trump hat, says that Bernie Sanders alleges that Bernie Sanders wants to what?
What you essentially do, and you want to do bad things to them, you develop a stereotypical image of them, a stereotype. When I was a young person, what we learned is that black people smell. All right, what about Jewish people? What's that?
If I said that one thing, and I know he's not a bad person, this is taken slightly out of context. But he goes on.
Very different than other people. Their religious beliefs were different, but also they were greedy and selfish people.
So blacks smell and Jews are greedy and selfish. Okay?
Extreme sexual habits.
How long does it take before JB gets banned and probably arrested if I said something like that? 5 minutes? 6 hours? This guy's running for fucking president of the United States.
So what does everybody know about the Irish? They
Get in fights.
get in fights because they're drunk. All the Irish people do is drink. That's the Irish.
So blacks smell, Jews are greedy, and all Irish people are drunk. Hey Bernie, can we get some Chinese? All they do is spread Karachi coronavirus. Can we get some of that?
Jeez, Bernie! What the f***, man? These poor kids clearly don't harbor any of those stereotypes, and now you're the one putting it in their heads. The blacks smell, the Italians and the mafia, the Irish are drunks, and why are we so scared of Jewish people? We're not, because they're equal. Wrong. They have strange sexual habits. Come on. Which, by the way, I've never...
Wow. Kim Pribal, Bernie, Biden, and Bloomberg will have a push-up contest tonight. I hope so. Dean Machine, WFO, holy fuck. Dean Machine, WFO, funny shit, yeah? Yeah, you're right, boy. Indiana Jones, wow, wow, and wow. I have to play this for you guys because the mainstream media, you turn on Fox, you turn on CNN, you turn on MSNBC, you turn on all that ABC, CB, you turn on all that garbage, they won't cover it. If the President of the United States said 1/1000th of what these people have said, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Alice, how did you find these videos? I have sources. Thank you, Alice, for asking. I have sources. And if you look for these videos, you'll have sources too. Start with Gateway Pundit, X22 Report, and JB Rants. Gateway Pundit, X22 Report, and then you can come to me. I'm the fun face to look at. I'm the only one of those two that puts themselves on camera. Not that it's, a museum of perfect human architecture, but I mean, I'm dateable. I can tell you that. I'm not trying to date Alice. I'm just fucking. This shit is so funny. I mean, it's disgusting and sick, but for someone like me, who is not a Republican, not a Democrat, but loves the President of the United States, who is saving this country, and noticing that the New World Order that I've been researching since age 19 has been trying to take him down. Russia failed, Ukraine failed, everything failed, rape allegations failed, everything was just fake, phony, and false, just, well, one thing after the other. Now it's time for us to kick them in the throat. Politically. No violence, no violence. The left, the radical Democrats do violence. They put on masks and throw mace in old ladies' faces on video. On video. People like me make YouTube videos and go, we should probably consider our political choices because it has monumental ramifications for the future operation of our country and subsequently the world. So therefore, I share information and let's be informed. I don't throw cans of cat piss at old ladies. Okay? It's a way different thing. I totally understand that maybe people perceive me as like a Republican or a right winger. I am not. I voted for Obama once in 2008. I did not vote at all in 2012 because I realized Obama was a fucking fraud. And I voted for someone who was saying all the good things, and I wanted the first black president. That's why I voted for Barack Obama in 2008. I am sorry. I've done entire videos on apologizing for my vote in 2008. Go back and watch them. They're probably on my old channel, JVVA, J Very Very Asperger's. You can go watch them. I go into it in detail. I might be like stone cold shit faced, but you can at least see my apology there. I voted based on. Well, actually, the third factor was John McCain was way too fucking old. And he only died a few years later, so I was right. So it's just one of those things, you know? I voted for Barack Obama in 2008, and I own that for the rest of my life. And it is what it is, you know? I've done a lot of bad things. I've done a lot of good things. I've probably done a lot more good things than I've done bad things. But it is what it is. Dean Machine likes the fact that I was able to find that clip. Thank you very much, Dean Machine. Share it loud and wide. Share that clip on every piece of social media that you guys all have, guys and girls. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to include everyone. So to all the guys that watch me, to all the girls that watch me, to all the transgender that watch me, to all the lizard identifiers that watch me, to all the diaper wearing adults that watch me, to all the you identify as a box of Cheerios, you know, please share that far and wide. Like anyone who watches me, because I mean, I can't just say to all the ladies and gentlemen who watch me, because apparently there are 158 billion genders. You know, to those who identify as a as Harvey Weinstein's hamster, please share this video. Oh God, my mind is fucking sick. I can just picture the. How does it go in? Do you lube? Do you put duct tape around the what some of these people do? It's crazy. Not that I'm perfect, but I'm not that. I can tell you that. John Charles is dangerous. Alice has been looking into this 5G thing. The major disagreement, Alice, that I have with the President of the United States is promoting 5G. It's too early. There's not enough research. It's being rushed in by big tech. It seems to have a lot of radiological or radiational or electromagnetic or some kind of like things that could be really, really bad. Hey, Manny Regas, what up? John Charles ain't good. 5G is going to kill us all, maybe, says Raging Cajun. It has the potentiality exists. From my research, the potentiality exists. Well, we haven't seen Manny Regas in a couple days because he's been too busy campaigning for Hillary Clinton. Indiana Jones. Anyone ever seen a movie called Cell starring Jennifer Lopez? Yes, I have, years ago. Manny Regas, what up? Yes, I saw that movie. Shut App. I need the Shut App. As long as it's free, I'll take it. Well, maybe we're talking about a different movie. I don't know. Yeah, we're thinking about two different movies. I just realized I was wrong because there was a movie called The Cell starring Jennifer Lopez, but Cell I've never seen. I've seen The Cell. Or maybe it was The Cube. Oh, I'm all messed up. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like on drugs or drunk or anything. I just like, I don't know what. I misunderstood. Antonio Tony has joined us. It's all the white man's fault. Yeah, it's all my fault. You'd like that movie, JB. I don't watch a lot of movies, but I will look it up. Indiana Jones. Did you like it, Raging Cajun? Killer Davila. Yeah. Raging Cajun thumbs up. Coop437 has joined us. What is cooking, bro? Just got online. Awesome. I'm just kind of ranting. I've already covered a lot of Bernie Sanders. Maybe we could do a Bernie Sanders 2.0 because there's so much. I mean, he's fucking hilarious. You know, I have to play it again. Because now we have this is the beauty of having like a small restaurant. Same thing as having a small audience on YouTube. I might have 10 or 12 or 8 or 20. But everyone rotates and everyone talks about it and comes back. Versus I could be like, you know, like a Burger King or something. It's like there's one that topic's everywhere and everyone goes when they have to go. No, people seek out my show. And I seek out my audience members by virtue of the fact that I'm trying to provide content that I think resonates with thinking individuals who are reasonably internet savvy and watch the news, whether it's Fox, whether it's CNN, whether it's MSNBC, whether it's just general local coverage, whatever it is. And my viewers typically, I'm not going to speak for everyone because I can't, because I've never even had a cup of coffee or a beer or a grilled cheese with any of y'all. But a lot of us know each other. Coop, Dean Machine, Indiana Jones, Alice, everyone. It's like if you turn on Kim, it's like if you turn on the television, it's like, no, this is not news. This is just trash. This is just why, and then eventually you just turn it off. The whole reason that I am well, not the whole reason. I think a lot of it came to me from a much higher place. Actually, I know a lot of it came to me from a much higher place. That I'm here to kind of be able to do this job and handle the backlash and the personal isolation and all, that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, let's just listen to some Bernie Sanders again, shall we? This guy's fucking talk about the stand-up comedian of the millennia. And since I've nominated Bernie Sanders for stand-up comedian of the millennia, I will congratulate him on being the first person to live for a millennia to receive my made-up right now award.
Of Burlington, Vermont.
I crack myself up.
A public access TV show. Yeah. And a few days ago, that TV network released the full archives online. And I'm talking hours and
I think I'm doing too good of a job on my show to be abused by YouTube being shitty. I shouldn't have to hold up my phone. The screen share should work. It's stupid if it doesn't. It's really, really Got an itch in my upper left boob. About 4 inches under my neck. But the Democrats want to cut so bad. Bitches. All right. Share screen. Simple enough. Click. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Your entire screen. Chrome tab. Okay.
The fact that I could invest in real estate, someone that had no experience at all, no knowledge.
Bernie Sanders. He's become famous as the guy fighting against the millionaires and billionaires.
All right, folks. I'm trying to get this. I'm so glad you guys get along so well, so everyone can kind of like figure, talk while I figure out this stupid. God damn. All right, I think I got it.
Hi, I'm Bernie Sanders. I'm running for president. Our
Can you guys
campaign is
press
about taking on
1 in the
powerful
chat if you can
special
see this
that dominate our economic
and hear it,
political life.
please?
I'm talking about Wall Street, the health insurance companies, the drug companies.
Please press 1
the
if you can
fossil
hear and
fuel
see this.
industry,
Please press 1.
The
Thank you.
military-industrial complex, the private prison industry, and the large multinational corporations.
Nice. It works again. They only shut me off for a week.
Yo, Bernie has entered the race. And did you hear his list of enemies? This guy doesn't mess around. Yeah, he didn't come to play. He was like, big banks, little banks, Tyra banks, I'm shutting you all down. You're all going down. And you can tell that Bernie's serious about winning because he didn't rub his hair with a balloon before filming this video. He's serious now. He's in it. No balloon this time. We're going smooth. Now, if Bernie were to win the presidency, he would become the oldest American president ever. Yes, and I mean that literally. He was born a few months before George Washington. But don't let Bernie's age fool you. This guy is as feisty as ever. Just look at how he responded to Howard Schultz threatening the Democratic Party.
Howard Schultz has now said he would not run as an independent if the Democrats nominate a moderate.
Isn't that nice? Why is Howard Schultz on every television station in this country? Why are you quoting Howard Schultz? Because he's a billionaire.
Yo, I've missed Bernie so much. Are you kidding me? No, it's fine. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, isn't that nice? Because every other politician would respond to that answer in like a politician-y way. They'd be like, well, I believe
Folks, I don't know if this is the clip I wanted yet because I wanted to get Bernie on those 3 points that he made. But it's still, I hate Trevor Noah. He's as left as they come. And I'm not a Republican, but he's like a total psycho and a dirtbag. However, I love seeing them eat their own. Oh, that's so good. Alice says, JB, come back. I think I'm here, aren't I?
Hours of pure Bernie gold. Like, there's so much gold in these archives, Bernie's going to demand it gets redistributed to the working class. That's how much gold there is. And when you start watching this footage,
So
the first thing that's really apparent is how consistent Bernie has been.
no split. Oh, so that's weird. It does it differently for everyone.
We are one of 2 nations in the industrialized world that does not have a national healthcare system. The wealthiest people.
All right, fuck it. I guess it didn't work. Antonio Davila says he'll be back. He's going to watch this BS and get just like I'm about to get. It was there, but then went away. Yeah, they don't like me very much, do they? Oh, boy. All right, let's do it the old-fashioned way.
Hours of pure Bernie. Has Bernie just looked like this isn't a full TV show with different segments, and by far the best segment.
Yeah, shut up, guy.
Like the way he was asking the question.
Yeah, no one cares,
There's been no
guy.
coming back from that.
This is an Irish and drunken.
Oh, here we go.
Black people
Perfect.
smell.
This is what I want.
When I was a young person, what we learned is that black people smell. All right, what about Jewish people?
Bernie Sanders. Can you imagine if this was Trump or a second cousin of Trump? I know my audience already is my audience, but sometimes I ask a little bit of introspectiveness and kind of like deeper thinking than surface level, which my audience does anyway. Can you fathom if a video, I don't care if it's a 60-year-old video, surfaced of the President of the United States saying this?
Pretty straightforward guy, right? But when it comes to kids, he might take it a little bit too far. Like for instance, there's one clip where he showed up to a classroom to teach the kids a lesson about bigotry, but I think it might have backfired.
If you want to deal with a group of people, what you essentially do, and you want to do bad things to them, you develop a stereotypical image of them, a stereotype. When I was a young person, what we learned is that black people smell. All right, what about Jewish people? What's their thing? How are they different than other people? The religious beliefs were different, but also they were greedy and selfish people. Also had strange sexual habits and so forth and so on. So what does everybody know about the Irish? They get in fights because they're drunk. All the Irish people do is drink. That's the Irish. All Italians are gangsters, and Irish are drunk, and Jews are greedy, and black people smell. Okay?
He's Bernie.
I'm not doing a show for the rest of this show. I'm just going to play this until you guys all leave.
But I think it might have backfired.
If you want to deal with a group of people, what you essentially do, and you want to do bad things to them, you develop a stereotypical image of them, a stereotype. When I was a young person, what we learned is that black people smell. All right, what about Jewish people? What's their thing? How are they different than other people? Their religious beliefs were different, but also they were greedy and selfish people. Also had strange sexual habits and so forth and so on. So what is everybody?
I just noticed our friend Alice said, how many years ago did he do that? I think it was in the 80s, but I'm not comparing it into how viable. I'm not what's the best way to say it? I'm not framing this in terms of what a politician, regardless of who they are, might have said in the 80s or the 70s or 2 weeks ago or this and that. What he said is abhorrent and hilarious. That's not the point of what I'm trying to make here. Very, very sloppily, I might add. The point I'm trying to make is the razor sharp exposure of the double standard, the crystal clear exposure of the double standard. Bernie Sanders' exact words back from this thing in the 80s, and I'm going to, like I said, I might not even do the rest of my show. I might just play this over and over again because although it's disgusting, it's so funny in my mind. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. I'm not a racist or whatever. Like, but I can find things funny. An old rich Jewish dude calling people all these horrible, horrible things. The point is that he's running for president, and that's fine. I'm the kind of voter that would say, oh shit, this individual said this 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's probably 30 years ago. 80s? Yeah, it's 2020. So probably over 30 years ago. Or maybe under 30 years ago. Who the fuck knows? The point is, the standard that the media, I'm the media, you're the media. These things that we see on television and newspapers are not the media anymore. It's 100 me's, it's 10,000 you's, and all of us around the world coming together being like, this new world order shit is bullshit, and we're not putting up with it, and we're figuring it out at our own pace, in our own way. And there are people like JB here to help you for free. Well, for the cost of you paying for your own internet anyway, unless we meet in person, which is unrealistic because most of my audience lives in other states or around the world. But I'm playing it because when you analyze the double standard, this should be the biggest political story. This should be the biggest political story of the year. This should be the biggest political story of the century. Assassinations. Okay, I won't say that. This should be the political story of the decade. Number 2 would be Trump winning. President Donald J. Trump winning in 2016. This should be the biggest political story of the year. But because he works for the Democrats and the Republicans too, come on, the deep state, it's not even going to be reported. It's going to be buried. Don't listen to it because I'm outraged, because I have really, really thick skin. I don't care what people, I'm 5'3". I've been bullied my whole life. All right. I don't, especially on the internet. Oh, they're going to hurt me through a screen. So I have zero emotional attachment other than amazement. I can attach amazement to this one. I cannot believe these words. This is Bernie Sanders running for president. Said this.
Read well and write? Oh, you think not? Oh, really? I'm trying to argue with these kids. They think they're very smart and that school is not important.
Yeah.
Is that right? Well, I disagree with you. All right? I think you're dumb.
If you don't want to watch my show, just stop.
Bad thing? What about even smoking cigarettes? Who here smokes? Let me hear. Come on, raise your hand. Well, other than your parents, who smoke? You smoke already? I've seen a lot of kids who are 12 and 11 smoking.
I don't smoke.
All right.
I don't smoke, but I'm a little kid. I'm only 5 years old.
Oh, man. That's so adorable. I don't smoke because I'm 5 years old. It's almost like Bernie can't tell the difference between kids and adults.
Come on, Bernie, get to the good stuff. Come on, Bernie, show yourself. Come on.
Who talks about cocaine with 5-year-olds? The way he was asking the question made it seem less like an anti-drugs talk and more like he was trying to score some blow. He was just like, you guys know about cocaine? Oh, you know I can find it at a good price. Come on, this is Vermont. Let's hit the slopes. Come on, come on. And on the show, Bernie didn't just talk to kids about hard drugs. He also called them out on their BS.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. What is your name?
George.
All right, George. Do you think it's important that you know how to read well and write? Oh, you think not? Oh, really? I'm trying to argue with these kids. They think they're very smart and that school is not important.
Yeah.
Is that right? Well, I disagree with you. All right, I think you're dumb.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yo, I think this kid's about to get his ass kicked by Bernie Sanders. And there'd be no coming back from that. If Bernie kicked your ass, you'd have to move to a different state.
Fuck
And even
you, Trevor
then,
Noah.
there'd be one guy be like, "Hey, didn't you get your ass beat by that 90-year-old Bueller? He was only 46, I swear."
I'm giving Trevor Noah, this guy, his one night. He's being a little fair. He's not funny, but like
For instance, there's one clip.
Bernie Sanders is so easy to fucking make fun
Teach
of.
the kids a lesson
You know?
about bigotry, but I think it might have backfired.
If you want to deal with a group of people, what you essentially do, and you want to do bad things to them, you develop a stereotypical image of them.
What, Bernie?
When
What?
I was a young person, what we learned is that black people smell. Right, what about Jewish people? What's their thing? How are they different than other people? The religious beliefs were different, but also they were greedy and selfish people. Also had strange sexual habits and so forth and so on. So what does everybody know about the Irish?
I can't.
Get it right because they're drunk. All the Irish people do is drink. That's the Irish. Both
He
Irish and
hates
gangsters.
everyone.
The Irish are drunk and Jews are greedy and black people smell.
Bernie
Okay.
Sanders hates
It's
everyone.
Bernie. What the man? These poor kids clearly don't harbor any.
Excuse me. I cannot handle Trevor Noah anymore, so I'm just going to have to converse with you guys on chat. I had to take a little bit of Raging Cajun knows, Dean Machine knows what that is. I had to take just a little bit just to kind of mellow out, essentially. I apologize straight up for you guys having to see Trevor Noah played through my phone deliberately on my live stream. Trevor Noah is a radical, scary leftist fucking freak. I don't know what the fuck he is. I don't watch any of his material. However, his coverage of exposing Bernie Sanders, who's running for president of the United States, I had to cover that. And he was really, really spot on, which is weird that the very far, seemingly left wing of our corporate political system is like washing over this guy like he's okay. He's not okay. He's a radical socialist unapologetically and always has been. That's his platform. These things are real. So I'm glad to see even lefty weirdos like Trevor Noah, who I hope I never have to watch ever again. But that bit on Bernie was good. So Trevor Noah, maybe you want to be MAGA someday. You know what I'm saying? I think Trevor Noah is right in line to join the MAGA party. Come on, stop shitting on our country. Let's just try to work on it the best we can. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you guys for showing up. I'm just here kind of ranting. It's like a totally Alice, sometimes it takes me a little bit to understand John Charles. Do same, Joan. Indiana Joan. Thank you. Hope to see you soon, Raging Cajun. Isn't it cool that we get to witness the greatest president ever? Yes, it is very cool, Raging Cajun. And I don't say that just like, oh, it's cool, like it's a wafer of a comment or like, No, I personally feel like I've lived through hopefully 8 years of when a president stood up to the Illuminati and I knew about the evil before and I came through it and it was hard and everything, but me and a lot of folks made it through. So yes, I I mean, I don't look forward to getting older and looking back on that fact. That's what a lot of folks don't even realize. I'm starting to, maybe everyone's going to go in my audience. They're going to go, oh, JB, you're so young. I'm 30 fucking 5. I'm not young. Okay. But I think about, like recently I've been on like, I shouldn't even say this on my show. No, I'm not going to say that. I'll save that one. That's another video. I can't always let my brain just run my show. Sometimes rationale has to step in. I call him JB Rationale. Maybe I should cultivate myself an entire brand new YouTube channel called JB Rationale, which is the one that keeps me in check. I know that sounds schizophrenic, but it's not. It's just a joke. If you guys can't handle humor that deals with mental illness, then don't fucking watch my show. Okay? Thank you very much. But I am going to do that. I'm going to make that channel. It's going to be good. Maybe that's the one I monetize first. Raging Cajun, awesome. She's the best. Dean Machine, yep. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Indiana Jones, sleep well. You're welcome. It was kind of more just like hanging out with me, but thank you. Indiana Jones, sleep well. Take care. All right, so we can get into some more funny stuff because the chat, I think I caught up fairly with the chat. Fairly. I just want to treat all you guys fairly. All right, so let's end with this because my opinion values just as much as anyone else's opinion here. There's only 3 watching, which is probably 10. Coronavirus. What's up with that? And I'm only going to give about 1 minute, and if the chat's dead, I'm going to cut. What's up with coronavirus? What's the deal? What is it? What is it not? What is it doing? What is it not doing? Three, 2, 1. JB Rants. We'll be back next time. We'll see you. Peace.